Welcome to the Free Game Don D podcast, life, family, and business. Listen, man, today's topic is money, power, and respect.
Money, power, respect. What you need in life. Money, power, respect. Money, power, respect. You can't tell me I'm not Lil' Kim, honey.
You Lil' Kim?
Yes. But listen, money, power, respect. Like that's some real talk. And although that song is dated, that's real talk. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect of everyone. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why people want to put out as if they have money. So that they can get the proverbial respect, the power, and get people's respect. But it don't work like that.
When they're pretending to have money, they're trying to get respect. They've skipped over power.
You know what?
They went straight to trying to get respect. So they missed a step. Because when you get real money, you get real power.
Yes.
And then that power, it manifests into respect. But these folks, man, they'll pretend to have money because they want respect. But they skipped a step.
Exactly. And see, the problem is, because I'm sure that there's somebody watching saying, that's not true. They don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, we do. Because we did it, okay? Donald, I know he did. I know I did. So I'm just going to put Donald in it because I know I did it, okay? But I definitely, with my bags, every paycheck, getting a new bag, getting a new outfit, doing all this stuff.
Forget about them shoes.
Oh, yeah. Getting a new pair of shoes, okay? Even down to the car that I was leasing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to project the fact that, I've got money. Y'all should respect me. Forget about the power. I didn't even think about the power. Because I have money, you should respect me. And I ain't had no money. I had money, I was spending it, but I didn't have money in the terms of somebody with money, And so that brings into question, well, what is your relationship with money? Because we all are making something. Wow. But what is your relationship with money?
Well, listen, before you even get with that, that's important. It reminds me of one of my favorite books, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, phenomenal book. People have to examine their relationship with money.
Yeah.
You talk about money, power, and respect. I remember all the years that I was in trucking, I always managed my money very well. And so sometimes they would have these loads. They were going places I didn't want to go, and they would offer me these loads, and I'd be like, no. All I do is go from here right back to Georgia. I'm not going anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have this and that, Don. It pays this amount, that amount. No, thank you. So because I had money, I had the power to say no. Because I had the power to say no, they respected me.
Yes.
See, people don't even quite understand how that works. When you have the power to say no, people actually respect you. Mm-hmm. Right? That power to say no is phenomenal, but that's based on you having money.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have money, you say yes to anything anybody offer you. Whoever the highest bidder is, you're jumping to it because you don't have money, you don't have power, and nobody respects you.
Exactly. And that normally happens when you have an unhealthy relationship with money. Those that spend money as soon as they get it. Matter of fact, I put it even better. Those that spend money before they even get it.
Come on now.
Like, I know I'm getting paid, or I know I'm getting, this check or that check. My income tax, these places love around income tax time. And I'm sure y'all seeing the commercials, hearing stuff on the radio, even seeing it online. People talking about, I'll give you an advance on your income tax return. Okay, well, that's great if you go ahead and take it. But what are they doing? They're taking a charge out of it for advancing that money to you. So now the money that you would have normally been getting back if you didn't, if you weren't rushing to get your money, what you would have been getting back from Uncle Sam is a whole lot less than what you wind up with. Okay, so you might be getting $4,000 back or something like that. Well, if you go ahead and do that advance, that's probably cutting you in half. But wait a minute, you're supposed to go get that car. You know what I'm saying? Or you're supposed to go get this. Y'all supposed to go on this trip with this money. So you starting back in the whole end because you have an unhealthy relationship with money. Too many people are out here spending money before they even get it. That's the first problem. I know it's coming to me, so I'm going to go ahead and spend it. But what happened when it don't?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that, listen, man, I've certainly had an unhealthy relationship with money at times in my life. I remember when I was much younger, I was in a bad car accident. And first thing I did, went out and bought a brand new Acura Legend. And I parked it in front of a single wide trailer that I was renting. Well, that was the dumbest thing in my life, man.
Keyword, single wide trailer that you were
I was renting. But I had that Acura Legend out there, man. See, people don't know nothing about that. That was back in 1994. I had an Acura Legend.
Oh, you thought you was paid in full?
Yeah, I was paid in full. You can't tell me nothing, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I had that LS.
You had them spokes?
Nah, I ain't putting no rims on it, man.
You ain't putting no rims on it yet?
Nah,
Not yet?
No, not at all.
Oh, not at all? Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That
Okay.
Acura was, man, you don't put no rims on that car, man. So I drove it like it was. But I say that to say that, man, you know, I was trying to get respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I took the money that I got from the settlement and went out and bought an Acura Legend. I said, man, I'm going to get respect now. But I didn't have any real power.
Nope.
I didn't have any power, man. So I think that's why, you know, that song, Money, Power, Respect, they say first you get the money, then you get the power, then people will respect you. People will respect you as a result of you getting the money and the power that comes along with that. Then they automatically respect you. And I even look at our business. We see people sometimes that make a terrible decision to go elsewhere only to find out eventually that they got a fugazi deal. But that's because they didn't have any money. They didn't manage their money. They were not good with their money. So they go out and they take opportunities that look like opportunities, but they're not. Because some cheesy car salesman insurance guy recruited them and promised them things that they just were fugazi, man. But if they have money and they handle their business accordingly, they don't fall for those kind of cheesy deals. But when you don't have money, man, you just fall for anything anybody tells you. They tell you, I'm going to give you overrides. I'm going to help you build a team. Help me build a team? What are you talking about, man? Yeah, with what? And then what happens when I leave? You're going to try to recruit all my people.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here, man? But people don't see the big picture. When you don't have money, you can't see the big picture. You see a very small picture, and you're just jumping around from every opportunity, and nobody respects you. You don't have any power. You don't have any money, and you know you can change all of that just by having a better relationship with money.
That's right.
You know, anybody we've done business with has done phenomenally well, and you know, so there's no excuse for people to not have money, but people have a bad relationship with money, and when you have a bad relationship with money, it's hard to save. It's hard to invest because you have a toxic relationship with money. Yeah. And so that's the biggest thing with us when we talk to our broker partners, when we talk to anybody we talk to when it comes to scaling and growing in business, take care of your money, man. Because I learned that in trucking. For all the years I was in trucking, man, there were things that I just didn't want to do. And my money made sure I didn't have to do it. You know, so when you see people doing things that you're like, man, why are they doing that? They need the money. So that's why that relationship with money is so important. You know, when you're out here making bad decisions, you have to do what you have to do. When you see people doing what they want to do, they have a better relationship with money than you. So they get to do what they want to do. You know, but when your relationship with money is toxic, you do whatever you have to do to make $1. And no matter, and one thing about life, I'm gonna put y'all on game. If you start doing stuff for money, you got to keep doing stuff for money. It don't never stop because you haven't addressed the real problem, which is your relationship with money. You have a toxic relationship with money. Until you address that, you're gonna always need more money. So you're gonna keep on making moves for money, and it's just gonna be a repetitive cycle, and you're never gonna get out of it.
That's right. And I mean, we all should be able to admit that we know somebody. If we're not talking about ourselves, we know somebody that fits this, that fits this description. And it's not to down anybody because you got to make these mistakes, right? Mistakes are okay as long as you learn from them. But if you're going to continue to make the same mistakes, then it's like a hamster on a wheel. You're not going anywhere. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere. And so if you're constantly chasing money, that's the way it's always going to be. I remember when I was working for Comcast Cable and I was in customer service, there were so many people that wanted to do overtime. Hey, any overtime? Y'all got any overtime this weekend? They worked every holiday, Any way that they could get extra money, they were getting it. And then the thing about it is, then they would be upset sometimes when they got their paycheck because they worked too many hours over. So they got taxed differently. So you wound up working more hours and you made less money. And they got their lip poked out. But they was always working overtime because they were always spending their money like they could get it the next day. Not thinking about the future, not planning ahead, just looking at today.
Wow. Yes, man. I think a lot of folks get caught up in that. I mean, like I say, I've certainly been caught up in it. I'm guilty of working for overtime and still living check to check. And I think that's why a lot of these things we're passionate about, because we've been here.
Yeah.
We've been there, man. We understand what that mindset is like when you're searching for overtime, not to invest or to save. You search for overtime to pay bills.
Yeah.
I need overtime just to pay for this lifestyle that I've created that I can't afford. Right? I can't afford what I'm doing here. So I gotta work 20 hours, 30, 40 hours overtime every week just so that I can break even. And man, that's a rough life, man. So my thing, and I talk to anybody about money, man, take care of your money, and your money will take care of you.
That's right.
You know, you'll be able to make moves that other folks just can't make because you take care of your finances, man. It's very important, man. It's not nothing to take lightly, man. Most people that you look at and you say, man, they're successful, they took care of their money. They made sacrifices, right? They delayed instant gratification. And I think that's a gigantic thing there. Yeah. Delaying instant gratification. I mean, there's a lot of things that we could go out and do. Listen, and no disrespect to none of our friends. We don't have a friend that we know, not one, that has anything that we can't have. But we just move differently. You know what I'm saying? So our priorities are a little bit different. Nothing wrong with none of these things. It's just that our focus is a little bit different, man. When you're in the financial industry, when you learn about money, you view money differently.
Yeah.
Money's a little bit different. As far as your views of it and what it's used for. You leverage money a lot differently when you're in the financial industry.
Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. And that's when you get the opportunity to actually see your money work for you. It's nothing like starting out with one thing and then you start to see it multiply. That's how you know that you're doing things right. Sometimes you have to kind of just reevaluate yourself, because like we said, we're all human. We've been there, right? Sure. But it's nothing like once you realize, okay, something needs to change. And it could be even a small change that you make. And you start to see, oh, wow, because I'm not doing this anymore, look at what I now have access to. Look what's still left in my bank account. Or because I pushed this, I started pushing this money to the side, pushing it to savings or whatever. Look how much I'm accumulating. Oh, now I want to do more. It's you get addicted to that. And then you start to realize that, okay, I had the recipe, but I wasn't doing it right.
Yeah, true.
But now I see my money is working for me.
And not only that, Michael, it's something about, having cash reserves for security purposes, man. Things are always happening. And people who have these, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a book called Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. It talks about having 6 months of reserves put away just in case something happens. And I read that book a long time ago, man. It was a phenomenal book. It's not going to teach you how to invest or scale a business or anything like that, but it gives you basic principles when it comes to, managing your money. Very simplistic. And I really enjoyed that book, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. I recommend that to anybody that wants to do better at budgeting and living within their means.
Yes.
That's a big thing, man. People say, "Oh, I can't save any money." Well, you can't save any money because you're living outside of your means, and that's just a hard thing for folks to really come to grips with, man. Listen, I worked on jobs where I worked overtime every single day, but then there was somebody that was more savvier than I was, working 40 hours, but they had great savings, they had investments. They were working 40 hours a week. They didn't have any other income, but they were just smarter with their money. They lived below their means, or they lived at their means, but I was living way outside of my means with no savings, no investments, just living what I thought was a high life. I know this guy, he used to always say ball out, fall out, which I thought that was, looking back on it, that's the most ignorant statement in the world. But it's like, I'm a ball until I fall, which is the mentality of a lot of folks. I'm a ball out until I fall out. And it's just funny, man, how these kind of things, man, we get, we get caught up in some of this stuff, man, and some of this lifestyle stuff, man, and it hurts us for years and years and years to come. Trying to get out of all this bad debt, man. So money's one of those things people don't like to talk about, but it's something everybody should be talking about, because it's almost like there's a whole system out here designed to make sure that you stay broke. You know what I'm saying? And most of us are willingly staying in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't wait to go into the matrix, and we can't wait to stay broke. And so, take care of your money, man. I think that's a big thing. But like I say, looking back at some of the decisions that we've made, we've certainly made some bad financial decisions. No doubt about it, man. And like I said, I didn't start getting better with my money until I got into the trucking industry, and things would happen with my truck, and I was like, man, I need to spend. I got a $5,000 maintenance bill here, and so I had to kind of take care of my finances because I had to run my truck, and so it was an expensive business to be in. And then so once we got over in the insurance, hey, by the end we had already understood the importance of managing our money, in a certain way to protect us. So if nothing else, man, manage your money well so that you can protect you in everything you're trying to do. Whether you're a business owner or whether you have a job, it doesn't matter. One day you might want to tell that job to kick rocks. Guess what? If you don't have any money, you know what's going to happen? You're going to keep clocking in. But when you have your money saved up, you got options. Michael, when you left Comcast, I remember thinking to myself, like, I said, man, let's take a look at that 401k. And I was like, man, okay, yeah, peace out, Comcast. But that was years of making great decisions and sacrifices with your investments. And so shout out to you for that. But like, people don't see that kind of stuff. They just see, oh, Michael left her job. Yeah. Oh, well, Donald got out of trucking. Yeah, man. But that's years of being smart with my money and managing and saving so that when that day came, I was ready. Right. So the whole money, power, respect thing is just, it's just one of those things where, like, most folks, they just, if they're not willing to engage in delayed gratification, it's really going to be hard for them really to understand that. Then they'll say weird things like, oh, well, I only, YOLO, you only live once. I get all of that. You
can't take it with you.
Can't take it with you. Oh,
can't take the money with you.
That's the most ignorant one that I think I've ever heard. You can't take it. So I'm going to go out here and waste everything I got.
Exactly.
Everything I have. Because you can't take it with you. That didn't make any sense.
That's a very selfish statement.
It's a very selfish statement to say I can't take it with me. So I'm gonna go out here and waste everything that I have. And God forbid if something happens, and me and my family gonna be looking for somebody else to help us out and take care of us because I only live once and you can't take it with me. So I'm gonna go out here and just waste everything that I have, man. Man, take care of your money, man. It's just big, man. I'm gonna be honest. Even in the business that we're in right now, when we stop doing business with certain brokers, we just keep it going. There's never been a broker that has remotely hurt us. But when it gets to the point that we can't do business anymore, family keeps going, man. We've been blessed because we handle business at a very high level. Yes. And that keeps you operating a certain type of way. You're always going to be in the black when you operate business a certain type of way. You're not going to be in the red. So I think we're really blessed because of that, because of just making great financial decisions. And I would just tell people out here that are doing things they don't want to do, just take care of your money, man. Take care of your money. You can do what you want to do. You don't take care of your money, you're going to do what you have to do. And if you're doing what you have to do till you get to a point that you can do what you want to do, then that's different. Maybe you got a plan, but if you don't have a plan, that's rough, man. It
is. And so you always, I feel like you have to be forward thinking. Of course, when we're younger, we don't, we don't understand that. We're just like, oh, hey, got this paycheck. I could do this, I could do that. But as you get older, hopefully you get wiser. Everyone doesn't, but hopefully you do. And you start kind of taking a different look at everything. You take those rose-colored glasses off and you really start to look at things for what it is. And you really start to look at yourself for what you are. And hopefully when you look yourself in the mirror and acknowledge where you're falling short, you are mature enough to acknowledge what you need to change and also try to implement that, try to put something in place, because you should always plan ahead. Tomorrow is not promised. We have no idea. Today is a great day. Tomorrow we could be hit with something, and you want to make sure that you have things in place that when you hit that bump in the road, you still keep on rolling. You don't halt.
Let me say something to the young people, because you talked about being younger, and then when you get older, you generally make better decisions. But let me say this to you. If you're young and you're listening to this, your youthfulness is a superpower, but only if you take advantage of it.
Yes.
So, I was in my 20s and 30s. I mean, listen, man, those are some great earning years for me, but I wasted it all. Yeah, so if you're in your 20s or 30s listening to this, manage your money now.
Yes.
Start making better decisions with your money now. I didn't really start making really good financial decisions until I was 40, right? But I was making good money in my 20s and my 30s. So if you're making great money, you're on a great job, or you have a business, manage your money now. Get your savings and investments in a very healthy place now.
Yes.
You don't have to wait till later on in life. You may not have the same opportunities later on in life. Things change.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
you're doing exceptionally well now, but you don't know 5-10 years from now, your industry could change. A lot of things could change.
Yeah.
So handle your business now, man. And if you're young, like I said, your youthfulness is a superpower, but only if you take advantage of it. If you don't take advantage of it, it was just something that you wasted. I know I wasted mine when it came to my finances. So if you're young, just take advantage. I'll wait till I get 40 or I wait till I get older, then I'll do better. No, man. No. Nah, man.
Please don't do that.
No, don't do that, man. It's gonna be a lot harder for you, man.
Yes,
So,
yes.
of course, it's still all extremely doable. It's not nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it, but I'm just saying it. If I had this mindset in my 20s and 30s, oh my God, So there's so many books out there now, guys. Listen, man, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Phenomenal book when it comes to just, like I said before, managing debt, savings, things like that. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, when you want to start taking things to another level. Psychology of Money. The Millionaire Next Door, one of my favorite books, another phenomenal book. You're going to come to realize people that you think have money don't really have money. They may have a big house. They may have a fancy car, but they have a very low net worth. Yes. They don't really have real money. They just look like they have real money. And you're going to come to realize some of this stuff, man, reading books like The Millionaire Next Door. But listen, man, manage your money, man. Manage your money, and it will create a life where you have freedom and flexibility to do what you want when you want to do it, and you won't ever have to compromise your integrity. I see people all the time compromising their integrity, and the first thing I say to myself is, "Wow, they don't manage their money well." And some of these folks I know make money, but they don't know how to manage it, and plus they live in a mindset of scarcity. Yes. When you live in a mindset of scarcity, you're always looking for another dollar, right? When you're living in a mindset of abundance, it's different. Yep. Right? When you're living in an abundance mindset, you can always make more money. So you're not going to do things to jeopardize your integrity. But when you're living in a mindset of scarcity, oh man, every little dollar that you can get your greedy hands on seems like you're coming up, but you're really not, man. So listen, man, money, power, respect, man, it's a real thing, man.
It is.
Handle your money, handle your business when it comes to your money. You'll have power. Then people will respect you because you're not going to be making moves based on a dollar. You're going to be making moves based on whether or not it lines up with your integrity and how you want to move as an individual.
That's right. You better say it, baby.
I mean, I'm trying, man.
Hey, where's the offering plate? We got to pass the offering, Pastor. Yes. No, that's amazing. And that's, I love how you segmented that, because that's the bottom line. That's, how the kids say, period. That's it. Period. So we hope that you got something out of this. Please remember to like and subscribe for more content.
Subscribe.
Yes. And remember, money, power, respect. That's what you need in life.
Yeah, this will conclude the latest episode of Free Game Don D. Please hit subscribe.